Welcome back to the channel, you big bass lovers. It's Demont coming at you again. As you guys can tell, I've got my handy scales out because I was talking to, believe it or not, Dankung, and they told me that I like the other lizard, that they now have the lizard. They knew that I was not happy with the DK100, so they wanted me to take a look at this. This is the lizard Boki. You remember the other lizard Boki I have? It was a left-handed reel only. I liked it, but I didn't really like the left-handedness of it. So I told them they could send this to me, and I would take a look. And this says Pro. Let's look at the box really good first. Okay, so let's look it over here. Designed by Lizard Fishing. Bunch of Chinese. QBT 5917, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. All right, so here we go. Here's inside the box. Okay. Nice neoprene cover. Nice foam. A nice instruction manual, all in Chinese. Okay, so let's take off the neoprene cover. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, I gotta get a reel out from behind me real quick, because something is looking. I thought this is kind of exactly what the other reel is. Give me 1 second. Let me grab it real quick, real quick. Let's see. Did I take it out to the boat? No, it should be right here. I'm sorry, guys, it's taking too long. Let's see, it should be right the hell here. There it is, found it. Of course, it's got to be wrapped up in every damn thing else. Every damn thing else in this mama. I took it off the boat. I was fishing with it the other day, matter of fact. Come on now. Just unfucking tangle. There we go. There she be. No, this is the lungs. This is not the one I'm looking for. I thought this was the right thing. This is not the right one. Give me 1 more second, guys. I'm sorry. Where did I put it? Okay, so that is not it. That is not the right tag. I forgot that's not the right one. So, it is. I do apologize for this, guys. I wish I should have just stopped the video and found it and came back to it. Because I'm pretty damn sure it's the same damn reel. That is not it. That is not it. Got too much mess sitting here. That is also the Lunza. I really like that reel too. I gotta change the line on that reel. Okay, so So I must have taken it out to the boat. All right. So I was wrong. I thought it was right sitting here. Look for one more second. I feel like the damn thing's still sitting right here. Nope. Is it? Sorry about that, guys. Sorry it took me so long. So, okay. This is the new lizard Boki. This is the original lizard Boki, the left-handed one. So it looks like they still put the brakes on the inside where the handle is. But this reel here, this Usopp, Leiden Usopp, I think you remember me guys putting it on this lure killer rod. This is my favorite little stream rod. I cast this little bitty thing right here. I had to go out. I forgot I had this in my truck. Actually, I had this in my car, not my truck. I keep this with me almost all the time because it's like a little 4-piece rod. And it breaks. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little piece rod. And it's only like 5 foot long. So I keep this little thing, and I keep just a bunch of little jigs and a couple of little hard baits in a little box. But anyway, so just so you can kind of see, it is basically, this reel looks a little fancier, but it is basically the same damn thing. 7/6 to 1, yep. 0.8 to 100 millimeters. Parts all look about the same. This looks a little bit taller. This had a metal frame, but the side plate here was plastic. Just so you guys can see, there's no brakes on the inside of this side plate either. The same thing on the other side of the other one, but this is plastic. And I like this reel. This is a good little reel, especially for the money. Now, I'm not sure what they've done different with this because I can't really see the specs. I can definitely tell it's a lot smoother, a lot less gearier sounding than the original lizard, which that Usopp, or whatever you want to call it, the Leiden, was as well. You can kind of see the original, they put the side plate mounted with 2 pieces. Now they've tried to, looks like they've almost kind of just, not press fit, but kind of made it where it fits inside there. We still see where the plate comes up and around. Let's take a look at this and see where she differs. Wow. What'd they do? It's all the way locked the fuck down. Okay. I don't understand why these Chinese companies send the brakes locked down like that. I've told you guys before in videos, that's not good for your brakes. Not for BFS brakes especially. To have them all the way locked down like that, good grief. All you're doing is just flattening those discs out more. But here you go, Boki Pro. The little brake dial doesn't have any clickies to it. It's a lot easier to turn than the original. The original, you had to try to get in here and get your fingernail in it to turn it. As you can see. The handles are pretty much the same. It doesn't have a carbon fiber handle, but the knobs are basically the same. Well, the knobs seem to spin a little bit freer. I'm going to link this down below where you can get it from. And hopefully it has a lot more of the details in it. But this is a lot smoother than the original. A lot smoother. I guess process of refinement. There's no clicky on the spool tension either. This kind of reminds me of like you're messing with a really old either Shimano or Daiwa round reel. But you can kind of tell it's modernized a little bit. With the side plate here, I don't want to polish that out. I don't like that haziness look to it. Yeah, you can see that hazy look inside the camera. Okay, so it don't want to let go. Finally. So it has the exact same brake system, as you can see, as the Lizard, as the original Lizard Boki, and that Leyden. So when you turn this, what you're doing is this has the rotor inside it. So it is basically sitting inside this rotor. So you're just moving this in and out. Well, actually, let me show you. Here you go. You can see it better like this, okay? As you turn the dial, do you see the brakes going out? I'm hoping you can see that. I'm pretty sure you can. You can also see the teeth down here moving. So there's your minimum. There's your maximum brake. You can also see the little pegs inside here where it moves in and out. See 2 set of pegs up here and 2 set of pegs down there. All right, so let's get some weights and stuff on this. All right, so first up. Now, the brakes in both of the previous reels, the Leyden and the Boki, were very good. All right, so this little reel comes in at 4.9 ounces. So it's, let's see. So it's a little bit heavier than the original, but it's a little bigger as well. And it has a metal handle. Does that handle look straight? I gotta look at things really good. Handle looks straight. I would probably, one thing I don't like about this little screw system, it has a little, well, some of those handles you get from Gomexes come with a screw that kind of fits with this. But it's kind of hard to find them. You have to use that screw that came with it. All right, so now let's take a look at how much this spool weighs. I like to use this because it gives me a lot better result. This is a gem scale or jewel scale or jewelry scale, wherever you want to call it. Let's get the glare off if you can see it a little better. The spool, she weighs 5 grams. So that's very respectful. Respectable, not respectful. That's very respectable. So this should be able to cast 1 gram and just slightly under. There is a lot of reels coming out now with 3.5, 4 grams. Sometimes you don't never know if you can trust that or not. Because when you're taking that much material out, and I can understand making it, like this spool is kind of small. I wish I had my caliper here with me so you could kind of see. I have a Daiwa here. And this is an Alpha set Air SV TW. So you can kind of see this spool here is a lot taller than this spool here. But on aspect, that kind of weighs. This also has the inductor on it, so, but this weighs like 12 and a half, like 12.59. But like I told you before, these, even though they're shallow, they're not really intended for BFS fishing. Well, you can use them for power BFS. I think they're fine for that. That's kind of what I use them for a lot, or I use them for pretty much anything, really. But back to this. I think I'm gonna have to put this reel head to head with that one, but I gotta make sure. I don't know what it is with Dankung and some of these reels. They like to have line lay issues. Looking at it, it looks like the line guide's oscillating correctly, but that doesn't really mean shit. It all depends when you're actually putting the line on, how it spools. Like you can see on this one, this is the Leighton. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a gap over here. A teeny bit of a gap on this side as well, but nowhere near as bad as the DK100. Might be from, it might be even more pronounced gap. It sounds like I'm talking about something else. I just thought about that. It might be more of a pronounced gap just because I think when I last cast, I had a lot of wind and it was basically, I just reeled it up really fast and I was ready to go. But as you can see, this doesn't have click and spool tension either. Has a very similar dial knob as to this. The difference in these were, this original Lizard Boki, I think was like 36 bucks. Somewhere in that range. This Leighton was about 35 to 40. Maybe, I don't know how much they are now with the tariffs and stuff, or if they even still sell them. I don't even know. I've had this reel for about a year now, a little over a year. I've caught many a bluegill, many a little bass. I haven't caught anything really big with it. Mostly I fish little streams and stuff with little creeks. Or we have a couple small little rivers in Lumberton that I like to take this to. That has a lot of overhangs, and just get out there and throw it around. This has a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. Yep. So, but the difference is this reel here, I'm pretty sure it's over $100. I have to make sure. Like I said, I'll list this down below. And if it's over $100, then it is, as far as round reels go, directly competing with the Lungza. Which you can see the Lungza has no line lay issues. This is my little reel that I throw this is my rod and reel setup that I throw my little small walking baits on. This is the, Cliffhanger. This is the Orchie X10 Cliffhanger, which I think is 6 foot, 6 foot. Where you at? No, 6'5", 1/8 to 3/8, 6 to 12 pound. But I run this with, I run this with straight 0.8, I mean. 0.8, that's right, I'm saying it right, 0.8 braid. When I'm running it with these little topwater baits like this, I don't use any leader with this. Sometimes, if you have an issue with it catching the treble hooks, you want to run a short section of 10-pound mono or 10-pound fluoro, because it's only a little small section and you're working this bait really fast. If this was a popper, you would want it to be mono, 100%. But since this is a walker and you're moving it along, you want it to be, it could be either fluorocarbon or mono. I have taken and put 15-pound, about a 7 or 8 inch piece of 15-pound mono on here, and use that, because I like to use a really short leader, because I don't want it to go inside my guides when I'm trying to just cast this thing really fast. But anyway, like I said, if this reel is $100, it's over $100, I mean, it is competing directly with this. And if it's competing directly with this, this loses. This is way more refined, way, it's just a better reel. I mean, it's just a better reel. The MC1, I mean, I have to, like I said, I'll find out how much this reel costs, and I'll put them head to head. That's the only thing I could do if they're in the same bracket. But I got this pre-tariff, and I got this after tariffs. So that could be the main difference as well. So sometimes you can't hold something against something. It has no control over what our government thought was fine to pass along to us. All right, guys, that's long enough on this video. Like I said, I'll link this down below. Let me know what you think about it. I ain't putting a line on it yet. I'll do that on the next video. I gotta get the next video. I got the box sitting right here. I've gotta get these opened up and show you guys. I got me some more throwback baits, glide baits. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite little glide. Well, not little. One of my favorite glide baits. That throwback bait. I think it's called the Metro. I like it. Yeah. All right, guys. Till next video. Y'all stay safe. Tight lines. Let me know what you think down below. All right, guys. Till next time.